Alright, quick announcement, it's kinda goofy, but stay with me. This week's UGC drop is a little different, the pancake duffel. Why, you might ask? I had a pancake and figured, why not let the fit match what I'm actually doing? Anyway, if you're not trying to blend in with the crowd, you can grab the matcha or strawberry edition, something for the ones who aren't like the rest. I'm really serious about this, so don't get caught lacking. Hit the UGC group link below, follow me on Roblox, and stay locked in for whatever comes out next. Drop a comment if you're team matcha, team strawberry, or if you think I'm insane. What's up guys, it's Punchy, back with your weekly Deepwoken update. Content still dropping steady, so here's everything you need to know. I'll do my best to show you what's up and my thoughts about everything, and let's get into it. Last week, we finally got mounts, and they're kinda crazy. The Thresher jockey came in wild, broke a few things, but it's finally been polished up and still around if you're trying to mess around with it. As always, I do think the best way to see what's up is to hop in game for yourself and try it out. So hit like, sub if you haven't, and let's get into it. Dropping today, we have a new legendary weapon, and this one is a surprising elemental hybrid, introducing the Red Death. This weapon is a mix between Shadowcast and Bloodrend, and it's definitely expensive to equip on your build. Anyway, this weapon is somewhat simple, but it can do a lot depending on your elemental investment. With the basic M1s for this weapon, there's nothing too crazy here, but it does innate bleed damage and hits pretty hard. Now with the critical, here's one of the main focal points of the Red Death. By using our crit, we wind up with a long drawn-out animation and snipe our opponent from close to mid-range with a barrage of bleeding red spears. Of course, they deal bleed damage, apply blood poisoning, but they also steal ether and proc all of our shadow talents. Honestly, this is very straightforward, and there's not much thinking involved when you actually land the critical, but be careful since it's kinda slow. This weapon also has a special grip VFX, which ties up with the lore, since it's supposed to be a cleaner way to dispose of the body. Overall, I think this weapon looks cool, and its lore is pretty interesting, but with its gameplay, it's very straightforward and lacks any real gimmick. You don't really change up how you play with this thing, but I'm sure it's still gonna be a solid pick in PvP. Leave your own thoughts down below. So, according to the player that gave me this weapon, this spawned in a Hell mode server. I'm not too sure if it's like specific to Hell mode or it's just really rare, but by doing Hell mode, you get more spawns. So, I'm not too sure if this is a random spawn or just for Hell mode, but the person who gave me this got it from Hell mode. It's supposed to be similar to a Bolt Crusher NPC, according to the person that got it, and you have to fight him. Starting off with a fan favorite, the first light finally got some love. This update brings a full remodel, fresh visuals for the critical, and a few overall touch-ups that we're gonna break down right now. Before the rework, the first light was already a standout, a red, white, and gold greatsword with a clean, simple design. It had that regal look and some of the smoothest animations in-game, but now it's on a whole new level. In this update, the first light feels mythic, and honestly, I'm loving the direction they took with it. The white's been stripped out, leaving just bold gold and deep red, now paired up with detailed engravings that really bring the weapon to life. It's got way more presence now, and the visual rework is only half of it. As for the critical, yeah, before this patch, it wasn't that great. You'd hit the button, swords would rain from the sky, and there was zero counterplay, or skill I guess, but it was total RNG. Now, with this update, it does feel a bit more refined, but let's be real, it's still pretty brain dead. It is better than before, but it's not exactly what I'd consider high skill gameplay. When you pop the first light critical, everybody around will see clear sword projections on the ground, finally giving players a heads up where the swords are gonna land. That being said, it's still passive pressure and can catch people slipping. With that change came a slightly smaller radius on the critical. It honestly seems like the tighter area might mean more concentrated damage, or maybe it just feels stronger since it is more focused. It's definitely hard to say for sure, but it hits. They also lowered the cooldown on this critical, but if you parry the initial first light hit, the entire sword rain gets cancelled and doesn't happen. No fire, no damage, no nothing. It's clean counterplay if you time it right, and I think this rework is a big success. The first light looks and feels better than ever before, but yeah, let's not lie, the critical just kinda happens without any thought. Continuing the trend of tuning older gear, we got a much needed update to all the Enforcer weapons. First up, the spinning critical on the Enforcer axe, blade, and hammer finally got nerfed. It honestly makes sense too, since the hitbox was super deceptive and it was nerfed. Specifically for the Enforcer axe, the model's been scaled down to better match its hitbox. I'm glad to see it cleaned up, and these are the kind of adjustments that keep things fair without stripping weapons of their identity. Next up, some general fixes that affect everyone, such as players were re-rolling the simple flaw, getting 2 boons, then trading it out for just 1 flaw. That's been patched and removed. In almost every situation, people with broken flaw counts, either too many or too few, should now be fixed without any issues. Overall, it's a solid cleanup and it's just working as normal. Anyway, alongside that, a new backend system was added to clean up a lot of transparency and invisibility issues. This should fix a bunch of lingering bugs tied to those effects, and most importantly, it sets the stage for new interactions down the line. This could mean new forms of teleportation, translucency, or even invisibility coming to Deepwoken. We'll have to wait and see where they take it. Onto a massive type of optimization update, a new system has been implemented to make the game work a whole lot smoother. Essentially what this system does, it forces mobs to become inactive if a player is not inside their chunk. Mobs normally check for players, do actions, and attack other NPCs, but now monsters will only check nearby areas or chunks with players, reducing the performance cost of inactive monsters to nearly 0. So this is a huge change to optimization, probably the biggest one that we've seen so far, but we'll see how it goes. Overall, the game should be faster. There's also a really cool update for Bloodrend, specifically with the visual wind-up. Before this patch, players would glow red and leak blood during the Bloodrend mantra, which kinda masked all their animations and made them unreactable. So instead of the full red glow, players get a dark red aura outline, and the key difference is it no longer hides the animations, making it much easier to read. It's definitely a better look for balance, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. On top of all the elemental tweaks this update, Flame Charm got hit with a nerf. First up, Flame Eruption's base AoE has been shrunk significantly. Now, the scaling cap for its AoE kicks in after Fan the Flames has been applied, so it won't get as massive as it used to. Overall, this doesn't really change much, but in situations where it was massive, like, that's not gonna happen. Moving on to some astronomical nerfs to Silent Heart, this is pretty big. For starters, move stacking with any Silent Heart specific move, Relentless Hunt and Rising Star, has now been patched. This is great, it's not supposed to be doing that, but what changed next might heavily nerf Silent Heart as a whole. Silent Heart abilities are now resisted by physical resistance, and they can no longer proc enchants in any case. Resistance to these abilities and ignoring enchants is a massive hit to everything Silent Heart has, so it honestly might be cooked. And with that being said, that's about it for today's weekly changes. Hop in game for some weekly battle royale and run it up with your friends. Anyway, thanks so much for all my supporters and members for helping me out consistently. If you want to join and help me out, feel free down below. Besides that, my own Discord is there for news, the Apothecary Discord is for Deepwoken, and my UGC Roblox group will all be linked down below. Thanks once again for helping me out, and please like and subscribe. Have a good one. It's punchin' time.